Hi all, welcome to my channel. I am Mark, this is Mark's Mods. And today guys, we are going to be doing our Lancaster bomber build. So we are going to do issue 80 of Build the Lancaster Bomber. And we're going to be working on some of the wing flaps today. So last time we put all the wires in and wire tidied and all that. And yeah, we're going to be moving on to the wing flaps. So I think that's what we're doing in the next three issues. So this one, 81 and 82, I believe, because that's what we did on the starboard wing. So yeah, very, very interesting. But it's nice to be working on something different. As like I said before, I'm going to be really interested in what the next pack brings, because that I think is going to be really exciting. Maybe we put the wings onto the fuselage. That would be absolutely excellent, but I'd have to find some new way to store this thing, because it's going to be huge, absolutely huge when the wings go on. Anyway, let's get started today. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, so issue 80 is the inner port wing flap. Okay, so we've done these before. So what we need is these brackets here. And then we're going to be putting some of these little rubber, like little rubber grommets on. And they're just going to go onto the ends here. And now they're not a snug fit by any means on there. But hopefully they'll do the job. Okay, so that's that done. We need to bring across the wing flap. Here it is. And we're going to be putting these in. Now there is a slight curve to these, but we do want, I think, the L1 facing upwards. So like that. That looks like the instructions. Okay. Next, we've got some covers to go on these. So we've got two of these. So one's just going to go over like there. One is just going to go over there like that. And we're securing these in with 4 HP screws. So we'll get these in. Now you are going into plastic, so you don't really want to over tighten these in any way. Really. Because you don't want to break the thread on them. Okay, almost done. Okay, so they're in. Next, we need our wing section. I'm going to go to the top camera, because we're going to be fitting these onto here. So they're going to go on basically like so. And then we're securing them again in with more HP screws, 4 of them. That's one in there. One in there. Okay, last one. My mistake there. Now it's a shame that these wing flaps won't move, but they are. There is what there is really, or they are what they are. So, but that's installed now, and that's all there is to do in this issue. So it does move. You can configure it however you want it. But yeah, I think in flight mode, if it was coming out rising from the dam as in the display, the actual flap would be in the downward position, which would provide more lift for the aircraft. So yeah, that definitely should be displayed in the downward position, because you want to create that more lift. Obviously, you just drop the bomb, you're accelerating away from the dam. You definitely want that to be in the down position to create lift. Anyway, there's a bit of education for you, as they say. But that is all there is to do in this issue. So that is issue 80 complete. Well, guys, that was a quick issue. That was really nice and simple to do and a pleasure to work on. Yeah, I could have doubled up with another issue because it wasn't very long, but I'm trying to release these as if I was getting them from the shop. So that's why I do one issue a week. I'd love a local news agent where I could say, yeah, you know what, every week I'm going to watch the news agents and buy a part work. But unfortunately for me, we don't have a W8 Smiths anymore in our local town. All our local news agents just simply don't do it anymore. It seems to be a dying art, but it would be one I'd love, you know, for a part work to come out that I can say, yeah, I could go to the shops, buy that every week and do that issue every week. It would be really nice, but it is what it is, and we have to get these things on subscription from Hachette. So at least they come to your door. That's the main thing. And I'm just rambling really about just complete nonsense about what I'd like to do about part works and not the build, but no, that was enjoyable. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please can you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.